In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Notion board like Ali Abdaal. I've seen tons of creators using Notion as their home base, as their secret weapon. But every time I downloaded Notion and tried messing around with it, I just didn't think I had enough time, or I was just super intimidated by everything it had to offer. I didn't really know where to start when creating a new Notion board, but I knew I needed a new workflow, especially now that I'm taking YouTube a lot more seriously this year. Before I found this video, I used Milanote for my shot list, Google Docs for my scripts, and my Apple Notes for like quick thoughts. All those processes I still love, and I still think there is a time and place for them. But if I keep using all these different platforms to create YouTube videos, I know my workflow is gonna stay inefficient and more time consuming than it needs to be. So I decided to spend an entire day researching how Ali Abdaal made his Notion board, and tutorial after tutorial, I think I'm ready to show you how he made the backbone of his YouTube channel. We open our Notion board and we're gonna go to the private section of the screen. We're gonna click add a page. It's gonna give us a blank page. Don't be scared of it, it's just a blank page. I'm gonna title this YouTube workflow, there we go. And I will put a nice, because yay. For the bottom, I'm gonna click the slash and type board. And under database, it's gonna click board view, create a Kanban board database view. So I'll click that. So since we're creating something new, we're gonna click new database, and it's gonna give us this mini default progress board view. What I'm going to do right now is delete these columns because we're gonna wanna make it from scratch. So before I do that, I can do YouTube workflow progress. So we'll click edit. And then on the sidebar or side peak, or you can click in this little middle area and it'll do the same thing. We're gonna click add property, and we're gonna click the select button, and we are going to label it Kanban status. And basically what that is, it's going to allow us to create these columns. Okay, so Kanban status, we're going to replicate what Ali Abdaal's columns are, and like I said before, please feel free to adjust these columns based on your workflow and what best suits you or the team that you may have for your YouTube channel. For the sake of the video, we are going to be mimicking his workflow from 3 years ago, so I'm sure his Notion's changed a little bit, but it definitely helped me a lot. So all right, let's do it. Okay, great. So what I kept doing beforehand was I kept trying to make new groups from out here, but whenever I adjusted the template part of this board, it would erase everything I worked on, which was obviously not ideal. So I learned that you kind of have to adjust it from one of the template cards it gives you in the beginning. But all right. And this little area we cannot touch. I did not know, but from here, that's how we make our columns. So these cards are going to represent one video or one video project that we're gonna publish on our YouTube channel. And this is kind of showing its lifelong journey from being an idea to being on the channel. Now we can start working on how this project template is going to look. Let's click a new template. Okay, and this Kanban status, just make sure you don't touch it. It's gonna stay there. I'm gonna keep this empty because when we have a new idea, it's just going to populate at the bottom. So I'll say like new template. So first it's gonna be like no Kanban status. We can move it to idea. We can move it to script ready. We can move it to writing in progress, or we can do it in the actual card itself. Don't touch that top yet. Okay, so I'll click edit. So we'll keep it as the status. Like that's how I understand it. He could have probably did it different, but his video was more talking about like how his workflow through the entire process of Notion, and from someone who has never made a Notion board in their life before, this is the easiest way I found to mimic his workflow. And again, I'm making it from scratch. I don't know if he had a team or what the deal was, but I'm assuming that you're also wanting to create your own workflow on Notion to create a better system for your channel. Okay, so now I can start making this template for any future videos that may pop up. These are called properties. Like everything on this column is gonna be a different kind of property. There's so many kinds. The first one that he put was writer, and I'm not gonna put any specific person yet. You can rename it at the top and say writer. Add a property. There's this drop-down select menu, and we already have one. It's called Kanban status. Kanban is just the type of board that we have. So he had it on the third row. I have it at the very top because I already messed up a lot of times today trying to recreate this. So I'm keeping it as is. We'll still have another select property, and we're gonna click sponsor. We're gonna have video intention. So that's gonna be a select property, video intention. And then he had video genre. And I'll go a little bit more into detail on what those are as well. We're also gonna click channel. From what I've seen with working with a lot of YouTubers, it's very rare that a prominent figure in the YouTube space only has one channel. So I think that's good for the longevity of your workflow to have that row. So click channel, and let's see, editor. We're gonna have a person type, click editor. So this is gonna be a relation. So a relation is just going to be linking to some data from a different database in your Notion environment or ecosystem. I already created this for myself. It's a sponsored videos database, and we can go a little bit more into that, but that's gonna be the relation. That button is relation. So I'm gonna rename it to sponsored date. So that's gonna populate to the date section on my sponsor database board. And I don't have any sponsors right now, but since he had that on his video, I was like, okay, well, I need to learn what that is, and it helped me understand what relations and databases were. So if you're new to Notion, I recommend just putting that in anyway. Again, it's good for the longevity of your channel. Okay, so let's keep going. We're gonna click the little roll up, and this is going to be sponsor publish date. Okay, and then we're gonna click video URL, assuming he has that for when a video is published and for organization purposes. Video URL, and he has analytics URL. Okay. I don't know why it goes to the top, it's so strange. Created by, and then this date added property, created time, date added. For me, this is super helpful, mainly because I can see how long I've had a video in my ecosystem, and if it's been too long, I can either decide, okay, I need to scratch this, like it's just kind of like bogging down space, or I can say, hey, this isn't like a really good idea, and if I just work with it for like another couple hours, I think it could be really good and developed, and I can kind of get it through my system a little bit quicker. So that's why I think that's a really useful row to have, but he may have a different reason, so I don't know. And then we'll click last edited. We'll have created by, a person type. Oh, I accidentally had two. Oh. Last edited by, my bad. Okay, so that is gonna be the top of our new template. As you can see, if you click out, it already saved, and it didn't disrupt the columns that we created beforehand. So that is good. That is a big win. When I was trying to do this, I wanted to punch my laptop like crazy, nonstop, because I would make this template and then it would just disappear. This is probably a good time to say, if you have any issues with this, please feel free to message me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is jrniejade, my first and last name, basic, JRNIE, or you can email me at jrniejade@gmail.com. I am more than happy to help with what I know. I know there is millions of Notion experts in the world, probably since it's been out for quite some time, but I just happened to have not found the Notion expert for what I needed exactly. I know he referenced Thomas Frank's videos, and Thomas Frank he knows so much about Notion, and I needed like a very basic understanding of the foundations. So his videos were like a little bit too much for me, especially like using a completely new space. But if you are already well versed in this ecosystem, highly recommend his videos, and there's other creators. But anyway, back to it. Ali Abdaal is a gem, okay? He doesn't hold anything back. Love this guy. Under the video I am referencing, in his description, he has, grab my template here. So I'm like, okay, don't mind if I do. And then it's gonna populate to this page, or this page, continue to external site by following the link below. So I click it, yay. And you can already see that a lot of what we did on the top part of the template is already there. But if you scroll down, there's all these helpful things, like, it's great. So what you can do is click duplicate, and this is gonna go directly to my Notion board. I don't exactly know how to put that in as a template yet, like populating it into my exact database as a template, but I know it's super easy to copy and paste it. So just click Command C, and I'm gonna go back to my YouTube workflow, and I'm gonna go back to the template that we're creating, hover over the 3 dots, click edit, and then under the empty page space, I'm gonna click Command V, and that's all gonna populate right there. So that's really exciting. And again, I can click out. Let's try to do this. Let's click new template. And it's all there. Okay, it's still loading. Yay, it's all there. So if I wanna make a new project, I can go, how elephants swim. And I can say like, okay, like it's still an idea, and swim. And I can go blah, 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 the writer, there's only one person, so it's me, one-man band, sponsor, wait, not a sponsor, so video intention, we can go a little bit into that in a second. Video genre, we'll go into that in a second. Editor, sponsor, I can just basically go through everything. That's basically how you make the Kanban board. Another interesting part in his video, when he hovered to the video genre, he had like all these options that said like tech, students, medicine, productivity, education, personal finance, books, study, creativity, vlog, oversharing, HTSMS. And I was like, whoa, like what is that? That's really cool. But he hovered over it like really quickly. I don't know if it's just like ingrained in him, but I'm still new in this space, right? So I was like, okay, how can I make that my own? Okay. So on my YouTube channel workspace, below, I typed down each one of those that he wrote on his channel. The tech, students, medicine, productivity, education, blah, 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 blah. And I thought about like, okay, like why did he put it there? Like what was the purpose of him saying that genre? And this is all just guessing. You know, this is just me analyzing his channel and me trying to take a lot of that into consideration with my own channel. So I put like, okay, his niche is tech. I put polymath, target audience is students. My genre, people I want to reach are young professionals, creatives, people who want to document their life. Industry, he is in the medical field, and I'm in aviation and science, and I guess marketing. So I guess I should put marketing. Something what people want to be productive, productivity, and my hope is that I want people to feel that they can be versatile, more of a generalist, and feel confident in being more of a happy creative. Anyway, I say all this to say, back in his YouTube workflow, you can go ahead and put all of the video genres that you believe that your channel has. So when you're creating a new video, you can think, okay, like let's pick probably 3 of those, and let's make sure to stay true to the nature of that genre. So if I have, I'll just put like 3 of my own. Polymath, aviation, and curiosity. Did I put curiosity? Okay, and then video intention. He mentioned in his video that there's 3 kinds of videos. There's a discovery video, there is sales, and there is community. In that video, he said that video was a discovery video. So someone who clicks on your channel for the first time, they've never seen any of your other videos, is a discovery video. So you are assuming as a creator that people are seeing you for the first time. Community is assuming that people in your space are coming back to watch your channel again. And then sales is kind of like a very nice, as genuine as possible, natural, hopefully, way to plug in something that you're working on. So that could be like a course or a book or maybe a podcast or another channel, or even just maybe watching more videos on your channel or something. I don't know. Yeah. So cool. The first thing I see when I want to go to like my YouTube dashboard, it's honestly not the progress of my videos. I kind of want to have like a nice menu. On my personal one, I have videos, which are the Kanban board, which is what we just created, sponsored videos, that database, a new video template. I just copied and pasted exactly what Ali Abdaal had on his description, because if I ever mess something up in Notion, which I assume I will do, especially since I'm still learning, I want to have a good reference to go back on and be like, okay, like how far off course did I go? I would love to make a cohort here in the next couple years. I still want to focus on creating more free content. So this is just kind of like brainstorming. I also have freelancer guidelines. I am slowly trying to hire more freelancers and artists to work with on my channel. It's a very slow and work in progress. There's a lot to learn when hiring people on your team. So I kind of created a freelancer guidelines for myself. What I really expect out of editors, what I expect out of animators and illustrators. I'm still creating it. Again, I started on this yesterday. And also some YouTube rules for myself. I think that within every system or every relationship, or honestly everything you do in life, should have boundaries and appropriate boundaries. And so I created some YouTube rules for myself, and I think that's just kind of nice to go throughout life with, you know? So yeah, one of them is I will not post the same day of a complete edit. A lot of times I've gotten really wrapped up into editing a video, and then I post it the same night, and I wake up the next morning and I realize like I get like 50 views, which is still not a lot, but like it's a lot for me. Like that's 50 friends. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And like half of the video is like, it didn't render correctly, but I just wanted to be done and start on the next video. So I just kind of rushed posting it, and it just didn't render right. So I kind of made it a point to make that a YouTube rule for myself. But anyway, I will show you how to not make the Kanban board or that progress board the main part of your channel. Okay, so for this YouTube workflow, yeah, you can just click YouTube workflow progress, just write it, and you can create a link to this. Because you see here, if you click down on this toggle arrow, it's already just going to be there by itself. So I can just put like a cute little emoji too. And if you need like the emoji quick link, it's Control, Command, and Spacebar. And you click YouTube workflow progress, and then link that link. And you can click YouTube workflow progress, like as in the page, and you can go ahead and hover over those dots and then just delete it. And here you can create the home page for your YouTube processes. And it's really cool. So if you want to be able to share this with your team, you can click share and start inviting people, give them access, just let them view. Kind of just depends on what you want. But yeah, I really hope that helped. And again, if you need any help, just let me know. So this process has gotten me feeling so hopeful, as I feel like I'm a little bit more proficient at YouTube. And hopefully this workflow makes being a one-man band a little bit more manageable. If you like this video, you may enjoy this custom playlist I made that explore the benefits of having diverse interests and some life lessons that I learned in a really strange way. But anyway, thank you for spending time with me, and good luck on your journey.